Alrighty, gaming girls, welcome back to my channel. We're here. Hey, how's it going? G'day. How are you, even? Today we're going to be talking about the most important tips, in my humble opinion, that I've thought of for the brand new GAC season and the whole new GAC format that is starting up in just a matter of hours. So if you haven't already, sign up right now. Go do it. You can thank me later. But yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a new changes, like overall, in the sense of it being GAC, it's mainly the same, but now there are some twists and turns and things you got to focus on that are more important now and more prevalent in Galaxy of Heroes. So let's take it for a spin and sort of discuss them. So my number one tip, numero uno, is actually do not forget about Omicrons and do not underestimate Omicrons. So if we can go to my home slice right here, with the man bun, Mr. Qui-Gon Jinn. So I got him down like plus 152 speed, which is kind of funny. But I threw my Omicron on him because he looks kind of lethal. Right? So like, first off, don't forget about Omicrons. Like, you might just hop into a match and be like, oh, come on, Qui-Gon Jinn's right there, too easy. And it turns out it's the Omicron, and then he actually just absolutely beats your booty. You feel me? So first of all, like, don't forget about them. Second off, I would recommend applying it before heading into GAC. Like, I know some people are like sitting on it, they're like, oh, I just want to make sure that it's worth it. Like, this isn't gonna be your only Omicron ever. You feel me? Like, you're going to generate more, and I'm sure some people are already coming up to their second Omicrons. I know I am for sure as well. So it's not going to be the end of the world if it's not like the best one by far, but you might as well go for it. Like, it's really only going to bolster your roster, especially for week one, which is pretty important that you start off strong. You feel me? And another thing is, if you do see an Omicron character on defense, and you don't really know how to go about it, pro gamer tip, don't even attack it. Don't even attack it. Just wait for some gameplay to resurface on YouTube. Pull up, like, I don't know, somebody's going to post a counter, right? I'm sure somebody's going to post some gameplay of their team and how to beat them. So I'm sure you can wait a few hours and then hop on YouTube, see if there's a battle of that. And if not, ask around, see if anybody knows what's up with how to beat like a Qui-Gon Jinn team, by the way, for example, rather. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of how you should probably go about it. Once again, this is a pretty crazy Omicron right here. And yeah, so basically just don't forget about them and use them well. Be smart. Don't rush it. All that good stuff. Okay, so tip number two for today, you guys, is remember that banners don't matter anymore, right? Like, so before the changes, of course, you try to out-banner everybody, get the full clear going, so you get a bunch of banners, climb up high in those divisions. Now that doesn't matter. You don't get any rewards. Why did I say it like that? Any rewards for getting high banners. All you do is get rewards for winning. So you could get like one offense banner and get the win, whereas before you'd have to like get the full clear to be happy with yourself. So what I'm saying here is that don't be scared to go go hard on defense. Don't be scared to go hard on defense, and going hard on defense might actually be the right option in certain circumstances, especially if you're outnumbered with Galactic Legends, but you have more core teams built up, because it's definitely possible to block off both of your front walls with enough core teams, whereas a Galactic Legend owner might only be able to block off one territory, for example, and you might get the win by going through the other side. Okay, thanks for commenting on my short Connor Young. Yes, so that's number two right there. Just make sure that you're calculating well and organizing your teams well, and making sure that you can actually win on banners, right? It's not about full clearing anymore. You don't have to go full offense. You don't have to try and worry about getting the full clear, out bannering them, being more efficient. Well, obviously that all still matters, right? But that's not what your game plan should be. Your game plan should not be just try to out banner them and like both go for your full clears, both set really weak defenses. So now there's a lot of value, in fact, in in putting a strong defense down and leaving some counters and whatnot for offense. Okay, tip number 3. This one's more general, but like one thing that I've started doing recently is putting when I've remodded for GAC, as you can see, every single character here is modded to an extent. Just make a preset of it. Let's go into our squads right here. Like I've got my teams right here, like just all laid out really nicely, and it's super easy to just go through and apply the squad presets and the mod presets and whatnot. As you can see here, this is the GR Jedi Qui-Gon Omicron team that I am going to be rocking, Ayla Secura as a 5th. That's a bit off topic, but yeah, so just make sure you've got that all organized, and you can just delete and you can revamp your mod things, but it's just going to be so much easier for all different aspects of this game, like territory wars, territory battles. You won't have to remod too difficultly. You can just make a whole bunch of presets and apply them to characters when you need it. It's really not that deep. So it really helps to stay organized, and it really cuts down the time that you have to invest into like simple things like remodding, for example. And while we're on the topic of squads, be sure to farm up your counters, you guys. Counters can really go a long way, especially if you're undergearing teams with specific lineups that only work on offense. Those can really help you out, and they will allow you to set your better teams on defense, which will make your opponent have a harder time breaking through. So yeah. Okay, my next pro gamer tip here is more of a simple one, something that most people have already been using, but be sure to use Galaxy of Heroes, no, Swigger.gg, and finding your opponents on there and researching their past GAC history and just knowing what they prefer to use on defense and offense, because sometimes that can be the deciding factor with whether you win or not. Is does your opponent want to place this team on defense or leave them for offense, and which counters you should leave available for offense and which characters you can leave on defense and all that good stuff. It's all about the mind games in GAC, you know what I mean? But I mean, generally there are teams that most people do keep on defense and most people do keep for offense. It is what it is. So don't be too scared if you're seeing teams that you don't really know how to beat, because they could be leaving those teams for offense, particularly if they are Galactic Legends as well. It's very likely that you can get a Sith Eternal owner. If you don't have a Galactic Legend, they only have Sith Eternal, they very well may bring Sith Eternal to the table for offense, so it's not really a big deal. You can easily break through their defenses in that case. And yeah, be sure to focus on fleets as well, because that is really important. Okay, and probably the final tip for this one is, so I'm in Chromium 3, even though I have the GP to be in like Chromium 2 and stuff. So just remember that it isn't that deep. Like, even if you get matched up with some awful matches and you lose like all 3 of your first week rounds, it's really not that deep. Like, you're going to bounce back. That is how this matchmaking system works. Don't give up. Don't be like, oh, like matchmaking scuff, because it will round out. Like, I know everybody said this, but it will round out after like a month or 2 probably. So just give it some time and you'll find your level. And to everybody else, keep punching above your weight. That would be pretty cool to see, like, I don't know, like a 5 million GP player in Kaiba or something like that. And this could be us, but you playing. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today. Look, I know some of these points were really like generic and you probably already knew them, but I think it's still important to reiterate them. And as we're closing in for this new GAC right now, it's gonna be super sick fun times. And yeah, I reckon I'm gonna cover that on this account right here, which should be pretty cool. We're gonna have a lot of teams to go with, to build around, and to enjoy. So yeah, that's gonna be all for today, you guys. Once again, hype up the YouTube shorts, join the Discord, link in bio, hit the subscribe if you'd like to, like it up. I will love you forever. Look at that heart. And yeah, until next time, have a good one, and bye bye.